An alpha realtor is almost the exact same as a Sigma realtor, but the exact opposite in the way that they approach business. I was a Sigma realtor and I will never be one ever again after I realized the implications. Today I'm going to go through the 6 different categories of realtors that there are, from their personality traits to the amount of deal flow that they do and how they act to the collective group. At the bottom of the hierarchy, we have the Omega realtors, the ones that don't try, they don't work, they're always complaining. By the way, if you know somebody like this, don't say their name, but mention an event or a situation that you had happen to you in the comments below. And here's the reality with all of these Omega realtors. They are the ones that fall into the 87% that fail out of the industry every single year. This is a category that you absolutely want to avoid. The second to lowest rung is the Gamma realtor. That's the realtor that does some business. They're doing 1 to 3 deals every single year, but what they value most is their freedom, their time freedom, and they're not really too concerned about the collaboration, the growth of the collective group. So overall, to the entire society, they're not super helpful to the collective group in really any meaningful way. Now we've made it to the middle of the pack. The Delta realtors. These are the realtors that are doing 4 to 7 transactions every single year. They're hard workers. They're diligent. They're consistently putting in work and effort. A lot of them are still part-time, but most of them are diligently trying to improve and to grow in their field. And overall, they're great communicators, and they're just trying to push the industry and themselves to be better and push them along. The one that gets the most hate is actually the betas. Now, the betas actually are just one rung below the leadership. And a beta realtor is good communicator. They are a hard worker. They're usually doing somewhere between 7 and 12 transactions every single year. They're steadfast. They're always there. They're always working, and they're always consistently doing the things that get the job done. They are helpful to the collaborative group. They're usually giving helpful suggestions to their peers, and they are actually a very key part of the entire equation. Now I'm going to talk about Sigma realtors and what I fell into myself. And what a Sigma realtor is kind of simple to explain. They are the best out there at a specific niche, and or they've grown a massive sales business. They want to continue to grow, but they reject the dynamics of the overall group. And in the real estate sense, the realtors are usually doing 20 or more transactions, and what their main focus is doing it alone, without the collective group, without helping others, and without building other people up and allowing those people to help them grow as well. And I fell victim to this specific trait myself. I had built a massive sales business. I had built a team. I had built an entire real estate brokerage. And I realized that even though we were helping over 100 agents grow their businesses, that still wasn't as good and as impactful to an entire group as it could have been. And in my own mind, I was still being a Sigma realtor. If you know a Sigma realtor, they typically look like this. An agent that's an individual, or maybe it's a couple that are doing business together, and they're doing massive amounts of business. People ask them for help. They don't have time. People want to join their team. They don't want to build a team. People want to have advice from them. They don't want to give advice, and it's all about them and their growth. And the thing that people will learn long term is that honestly, they're going to do a lot more business if they were to be helpful with the entire group and enter that group dynamic and become what the next category is, the alpha. An alpha realtor is almost the exact same as a Sigma realtor, but the exact opposite in the way that they approach business. It's simple. One approaches based on their individual goals, and the other approaches everything based on the growth of the collective group. And an alpha focusing on the growth of the collective group does a couple things all at once. Number one, it helps them grow. Number two, it helps the entire group grow, which leaves a bigger impact. And number three, it increases the stability of the alpha themselves. The reason that people run in packs is because when you're in trouble and you're by yourself, things are a lot more difficult. Now, when you're an alpha, you have an entire group helping support you, and you are helping support them in their growth as well. Usually an alpha realtor is doing 20 or more transactions. They are a team leader, a brokerage owner, or something of that like or status. And what I would say is if you are any of those aforementioned statuses and you're building a team, building a brokerage, whatever you're looking to build, reach out to me, send me a direct message, or leave me a comment below, because I have done the same things. I thought that was me being an alpha. I thought that was me leading a team. And I realized that you can only truly be helpful to the collective group by being helpful to the masses, not just the small subset of people that have chosen to work directly with you. And getting your message to larger audiences is only going to increase the impact that you can leave to the world. And thank you so much for listening to my entire breakdown of the 6 categories of what realtors fall into. I really hope that you consider liking the video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be giving you guys consistent content like this over and over again every single week, and I look forward to developing relationships with you guys down the line.